Alright, this video is not for children, so if you're under 13, get your parents' permission to watch this video, or watch this video with your parents. I may use some salty, negative language in this, and I don't want to get a fine from COPA, the government, or YouTube. Welcome to the Comic Book Shop of Doom. I'm your host. This is the nightly news for Thursday, June 11th, 2020. Okay, we have a death. Rest in peace to Mr. Wrestling 2, Johnny Walker. He was 85 years old. He used to be all over Mid-South Wrestling, Georgia Championship Wrestling, NWA Wrestling. So he has passed away at 85. Condolences to his friends and family. Okay, Amazon has banned the police from using its facial recognition software for a year. So Amazon has some kind of tech that they were using for figuring out who people were. Big Brother is watching you, so you better look out. Grubhub has been sold for $7.3 billion to a Dutch company, JustEatTakeaway.com. It's the second biggest food site outside of China for like food deliveries. Okay. From now on, I guess until further notice, in Hollywood, for TV and movies, they're going to use CGI for sex scenes because of COVID-19. They don't want diseases to spread. So all their love-making scenes are going to be fake from now on. Dakota Johnson, Don Johnson, and Melanie Griffith's daughter, she is going to star in a mockumentary-style series called Rodeo Queens for Amazon. HBO Max is going to rotate the DC movies. I made a separate video about this kind of stuff. You can look back in my YouTube page or go to comicbookshopofdoom.proboards.com, and it's arranged in there where I go on a rant about these streaming sites rotating in and out movies. If you put it up, leave it up. I want to see it all the time. I won't subscribe to any of these sites that take movies down and for how long and all that. If you're going to put them in there, leave them up. If you own it, leave it up there. And this goes into HBO took down Gone with the Wind because of the connotations to slavery and everything. They didn't want to get anybody mad, so they took it down, and it shot the #1 on Amazon's selling list. So what does that tell you? They take down a movie from 1939 because they're afraid it's going to offend somebody. It's only been out for, what, 81 years? Okay, let's see here. There's a movie called 7500 starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt that Amazon Prime is going to put right on their streaming service June 19th. So this isn't even going to go to the movie theater. So this is another victim of the COVID-19 pandemic where the movies are going straight to video on demand. Here's another one. This is a really dumb name. IFC Films has bought a movie called Shithouse. And get this, what would you think if this was a movie with that title? I would say, first off, it's either a horror movie or it's like a raunchy comedy or like a porn movie. It's a college romance movie. So that's bad marketing, in my opinion. You're not going to be able to run that thing in a lot of papers and stuff like that. So, I mean, hey, maybe they're trying to get shock value with the title. I don't know. Amazon is also developing an adaptation of manga series Promised Neverland. So they're going to do a show on that. There's going to be a remake of the 1980 horror movie The Changeling. Star Wars Jedi Temple Challenge has premiered 2 episodes on YouTube with Ahmed Best playing a Jedi Knight. That it's a kid's game show. And Ahmed Best is the actor that was doing the motion capture for Jar Jar Binks. So they brought him back, gave him a job, and they got a show on YouTube. So check that out. There's 2 episodes. It's a kid's show. Live PD, in wake of all the rioting and stuff like that, has been canceled by A&E. So that, along with Cops, we reported yesterday. Okay, we reported yesterday that Sam Hargrave, the Netflix movie Extractions director, he's going to work for The Mandalorian Season 2, and he says he knows the Baby Yoda's real name. So they have a name for Baby Yoda. They have an origin and all that stuff. So you must tune in to find out who he is, or is it a she? I read that too, that it could be a girl. Okay, a lot of these guys are giving Diamond Comics distributors a hard time, saying that their software was outdated. That was one of the excuses that DC used in ending their business relationship with them. They said that their software was old. Okay, Amazon leaked this, possibly by accident, maybe not. PlayStation 5, it's going to cost $764 US when it comes out. So that's a lot of money. So PlayStation 5, they didn't have a release date, but that's what it's going to cost. DC's Black Label is going to release a Hellblazer series by Tom Taylor and Derek Robertson. WWE and wrestling news, they have pulled down a video from Twitter. So they had Twitter pull down a bar wrestling video with Jake Atlas versus Brian Cage. Jake Atlas is under a WWE deal now. I don't know if they could really do that. So there might be a lawsuit there if or complaint or something, because that's old video. Okay, Randy Orton, we reported before that he bought a jet. It's all a lie. It was a rib. He was kidding around. Dustin Rhodes is going to open his own wrestling school. Rhino is teasing that Heath Slater is coming into Impact Wrestling to join him to be his tag team partner. And Shawn Michaels and an unnamed producer on the NXT brand had a small debate about Black Lives Matter, black rights, equal rights, all kinds of stuff at the NXT takeover show In Your House that was this past week. And they said that Shawn Michaels was mad when he was done with this debate. They won't say who the producer is. So I would have to see who's still around, but I don't know. I mean, it could be anybody because they laid a lot of guys off. Everybody have a good night.